Chowchilla Speedway here, low budget TV, bringing you the action. And this is the first time we've ever been here in Chowchilla. And what a cool looking track already. Jeremiah Van Scoy on point to his outside. Wayne Dotson, number 96 M Machine, to his outside of Paul Mulder. Where am I going to that camera? The 40 Nick Spainhoward, Austin Fry, and the 14T of Darren Thomas. We go green, first heat for the Sport Mods. Dotson gets an early lead. Spainhoward to the inside to second spot. Van Scoy in the 84 G Machine. It says Griffith on the door. That's what we're used to. Dotson sideways. Spainhoward to the lead out of turn number 4. Darren Thomas in the 14T coming from the rear to fourth spot. Austin Fry in the 5A moves up around the 96 M Machine. And the 01 in the rear of Robert Gallagher. I think I missed him in the starting lineup, or he missed us. I'll blame myself. Battle for second, Spainhoward pretty far ahead right now. Second place battle has Dotson and Van Scoy. Jeffrey Best out on vacation. The 96 hitting the wall. He got into the mud, and that car just did not want to react. So Paul Mulder bringing out the first caution of the day here at Chowchilla Speedway in the 96M. I don't know if there's, it looks like there's some left front suspension damage. I don't know how hard he hit the wall. I was kind of looking down at the paper at the time. Getting ready for the restart. Just got word that there's a transfer spot in this race, and that belongs to the 14T, Paul Thomas, in fourth. We go green. Nick Spainhoward out here with his brand new car. Car slips wide, Dotson to the inside, making the pass out of turn number 2. Van Scoy in third, Thomas in fourth. Maybe a little bit of contact. Fry watching from behind, trying to get his car into the main as safe as he can. Not doing too much more racing today. That's easier said than done. Catching some of the wall, ripping out the rear right side quarter panel. Richard Gallagher. I believe that's how you pronounce it. I think that's how it's written down. Battle for the lead. Spainhoward and Dotson. Side by side out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. They're going to get the check flag and the yellow. And we got a car around the 01 of Gallagher. I didn't even see the white. What a finish, though, in this first Sport Mod heat race. Getting ready for the second heat of the Sport Mods. They're on track now. The 67J, Michael Shearer, to the outside. The 51 of Randy Griffith, Nastasia Dodd in the 81X, Marissa Odgers in the 57M, Danny Rowe in the number 03 Machine, and Matt Kyle in the 44M. Not used to seeing him in that car. That's usually Matt Mayo. Jim DiGiovanni in the 75X, and the 51X of Dan Hatfield. Getting ready. Sport Mod, second heat race. We go green. Out to an early lead. Big battle for third. Rowe to the inside of Nastasia Dodd. Kyle to his outside of Rowe in the 03. Nastasia holding on to spot number 4, but they're gonna, I thought they were gonna try 3 wide in turn number 1. Marissa Odgers in the third spot. Battle continuing down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Randy Griffith nearly catching the wall out of turn number 4. Shearer with a big lead, developing. Odgers all over the place in turn number 1. Has the left rear flat tire, and we go yellow. Here, I believe, on lap 2 or 3. We have a scoreboard here, but it's currently not operating. Here we are for the restart. Sport Mod second heat race. Shearer out front. Randy Griffith, Matt Kyle, Nastasia Dodd in the 4th spot, and she holds the transfer spot. Can she hang on? Can she progress? Make some cushion. Here comes Rowe to her outside. Danny Rowe now holds the transfer spot. Nastasia out. Jim DiGiovanni going by in the 75X. So not the best start for Nastasia. You have 4 cars theoretically under a corner, or above a corner, I guess you would say. Battle for second, and Kyle might have gotten into. And also the 51 of Harper spinning out. So Randy Griffith having some issues, and he's not getting that car fired up. Possible right side flat. Well, that car just did not want to get running afterwards. No, all tires are aired up. Might lose a spot. I'm sorry, a lap. He lost plenty of spots. Here's a battle for third spot. DiGiovanni, Danny Rowe. Turns number 1 and 2. DiGiovanni has the 4th place spot, and that's also the transfer spot, so he's in. Nastasia right behind. That far, there's Nastasia in the 81X on screen. DiGiovanni getting a run, Row a little sideways. For third, best battle on track right here. White flag is in the air. Battle right now is third. Here's Shearer over in turn number 3 and 4, and he's going to collect the checkers in the second heat race for the Sport Mods. Kyle, Rowe, and DiGiovanni, your top 4 in the second heat. Third heat race for the Sport Mods. B Mods is what they're technically considered as. Rick Diaz in the 16D to his outside. Cody Brown in the number 02 machine. Ethan Dotson in the 74D. Al Sotomayor in the 65 machine. In the third row, all by himself, Brylan Holder in the 09 machine. Top 4 transfer. So Brylan literally feeling lonely right now. As the race hasn't even started. We go green. One car getting bumped out of this heat. Battle for the lead through turns number 1 and 2. Diaz and Brown. Side by side for the lead. Brown has it down the front straightaway. And Holder is safely into this race. Safely meaning that he's in 4th, and that means he's on the bubble. But it's a little bit more safer than Al Sotomayor in the 65, who's in 5th. That's the spread, top 5 on the screen. Diaz trying to close into Brown. Cody Brown in the 02 leading him away. These two cars look very similar. I would guess that they're teammates. Battle for the lead in turn number 1. Diaz slides around to turn number 2, giving Cody Brown some distance. But Cody washes up and almost nicks the ball a little bit. So Diaz moves him back up to the lead. Dodson in the 74D machine in the third spot. Trying to close into the both of these two teammates. And Brylan Holder, slipping wide out of turn number 4. Good looking car. That 09 machine. And Sotomayor almost spinning it out. Nearly stopped it in the middle of turns 1 and 2. Keeps it running. Holder's going out to lunch. Trying to head over to Merced out of turn number 4. A lot to watch. Sport mods usually do that for a cameraman. This has to be one of the hardest divisions to ever film. Because there's literally, it can be as spread out as this race and there's action all over the track. So your leader right now taking the white flag down into turn number 3. Diaz in the 16D machine. You see Sotomayor slipping around. And Diaz taking the checkered flag. Brown, Dodson, and Holder, your top 4. And Sotomayor's got some work to do here. Today's Chowchilla Winter Meltdown. Chowchilla Speedway, January 5th. It's a Sunday, 2014. Welcome to the new year of racing. First heat of the hobby stocks, we go green. Winland was the driver on the pole in this one. Slips back to spot number 4. And we've got quite a bit of cars in this one, 8 to be exact. Out front in this one, the 44X. So much to watch with hobby stock, usually the most action-packed division. Josh Strickland out in the lead right now. Kyle in the 44M machine, the 7D in third. That is Cody Dean. Winland back into spot number 4. Matthew Haggio in the 30H machine. Haven't seen that 30H in a while. A bunch of TV. 37 we don't have a name for. 13 machine. That is driver Jeff Lacey, and the 44 straight up is Austin Van Hoff. Battle for the lead brewing up here with Kyle in the 44M. Who's also driving the sport mod here today. And Strickland in the 44X. A lot of 44s here in the hobby stocks today. That's going to be murder on me. But it's okay. You all get to enjoy the torture of having 15 different 44 cars, I think, today. No, I'm over-exaggerating. Still brewing a battle for the lead. Haggio in the third spot, and I'm not sure if it's like the sport mod heat races, but if it is, the 7D of Dean has the 4th spot, and he's on the bubble at the transfer spot. Take a look back up here. Strickland gaining a lead over Kyle in the 44M. That's battle on track, the battle for the lead, if you will. White flag is out. 1 lap to go. Kyle trying to close in on Strickland, but that 44X machine looking just as strong. These two could be the race for the main event. Out of turn 4, Strickland taking the checkered flag. Kyle second. Haggio, here he comes in third. With Dean, the 73, who I gotta get a name for. And 13 machine of Jeff Lacey, and rounding out the field, the 44 straight up, Austin Van Hoff. Heat race number 2 for the hobby stocks. We get ready to go green. The 11, who's starting in the rear, just literally pulled out Marshall Weaver. We go green, Hensley on the outside of the 37 who we are trying to get a name for. Oh, we got some cars off the track. No wall in turn number 1 and 2. That means it's off-road racing. Don't have a name for the 17R either. But the low, this can be big. I guess there's more room than looks out of turn number 4. Anyways, Hensley in the 86 to the lead, the 11, who literally pulled out as they were going green. Weaver battling for the second spot into turn number 3. The 14 machine. Lester Beavers still trying to knock down turn number 4 wall. The 53 machine. That is Ralph Davis. And Cody Brown in the number 11 machine rounding out the field. Cody was one of the drivers who went off the track, who made it a 3/8 mile. Now this is promoted as a 3rd mile, but this is definitely one of the biggest 3rd miles I've ever seen. Battle for the lead, Hensley, Weaver. Weaver in the 11, Hensley in the 86. Hobby stock action out of turn number 4. Weaver coming from the rear to the front. And if there is a transfer spot, I guess it would go to the 14 machine in 4th of Lester Beavers. There's your top 4 on screen now. Battle for lead is still brewing, but looks like Weaver is making some time over Hensley. And we got the 53. Camera was a little bit blurry, but he tagged the wall a little bit at turn number 4. So Ralph Davis trying to experiment with that 90-degree banking at turn number 4. First time ever here at Low Budget TV at Chowchilla Speedway. And like usual, as soon as we come to see one race at a new venue, we're hooked. If ever there's another opportunity we can come up here, 2014 and beyond, you better believe we'll be here. That's what's so cool, is this weekend originally planned for the track as a play day, a practice day for its competitors gearing up for 2014 season. But then they decided, hey, Sunday, let's just have a race. Anybody who shows up, let's race. Checkered flag out for Weaver. Marshall Weaver in the 11, taking the checkered flag. Second spot, Hensley. 3rd is a 37, and 4th is a 14 machine of Beavers. Cody Brown in the 11, rounding out the race, as well as 17R. But yeah, play day turned into a race day, and hey, we had nothing else going on in January and on a Sunday, so load up the cameras and come on out. Everybody but Jeffrey had something to do. Jeffrey's on a cruise ship, probably sinking somewhere. I don't know. All right, here we go. Heat race number 3 for the hobby stocks. I believe we just found a name for the number 8, is Silva, his last name. Kevin Irwin to the outside in the 2Z, the number 130. Here we go, green. And drag race down into turn number 1. Irwin and Silva contact. What a crossover going into turn number 1. 3 wide into turn number 3. This can get crazy. Shane Hausman in the 55. Trying to move his way up to 3rd, and he does. Silva slipping back. Brent Hosfeld in the 12H machine. And then the 130, who I was trying to get a name for, of Sean Caption. Hang on, I'll figure that one out in a second. When this race calms down, because it's only a hobby stock race. It'll do that. I'm joking. And then the 197 in the second spot, Kyle Campbred, I believe that's how you pronounce it, and he slips back into 3rd. That car not looking good out of turn number 2. Shane Hausman moving up into the 2nd spot. That car just quit running. The 197, I should have never announced his name. There it is. Up the track in turn number 4. Could be a flat tire, could be something worse, hopefully not. Right front flat on that number 197. 12H Brent Hosfeld off track. That leaves us 4 remaining. And if there is a 4-car transfer, everybody's safe. Camptipon, I believe is how you pronounce the 130. So I probably am still butchering it, but it sounded better than the first time I tried. Can't fail if you haven't tried, right? These two, hang on. These two are making exciting here. Osman and more contact for the hobby stock battle for third. Osman and Irwin, Kevin Irwin, back to racing in the lead, but these two are slicing and dicing, and they can be like literally 4 car lengths apart and still do the same. Here's your top 2. Kevin Irwin, we saw him on the freeway on the way up today in that 2Z machine. White flag is out. And Shane Hosman in the 55 machine. If this car looks familiar, if you're a loyal fan of Low Budget TV, you've seen this car on its side in the air at King Speedway down the front straightaway with our wall camera. Kevin Irwin taking the checkered flag in this third hobby stock heat race. Hausman finishing second, battle for third out of turn number 4. Who's it going to be? These two are going to be fun to watch here in the main event. IMCA modified heat race number 1. The A-mods on track here, Chowchilla Speedway. And the field spread out all over the corners, turns number 1 and 2. In this one, the number 8 machine, that I only have a last name. Oh, contact throughout the pack. Now I can say. Harper out front of this one, the number 8 of Harper. Mayer in spot number 2 in the 81X. The 98 Alex Stanford. The 15B Brad Pounds. The number 2 of Daryl Wood. The 1J Jeff Streeter. The number 9 Triple X Chet Reed. And ratting out the field, Berglund and the 77, still trying to get some first names, and then it'll be a very nice starting lineup. Harper up front, Towns moving up into the second spot. Stanford and Mayer battling it out for the third. With Daryl Hood in the number 2, the ringleader, Low Budget TV calls him. Hopping into Larry Hood, IMCA modified. Battle for the lead on screen now. Pounds and Harper battle down the back straightaway. Pounds has the inside line and Harper has the outside. We'll find out which one's better. Out of turn number 4, it is Pounds taking the lead. That's Daryl Hood and Mayer battling it out. Oh, 3 wide action out of turn number 2. Mayer backing it off. And be a flat tire. It looks to be that way. The way that car stands. Stanford and Harper now battling for the second spot. Oh! And that's what's tricky about having no walls, but also save the car by losing a ton of time. And makes it really exciting. Harper slipping off track in turn number 2. If there is a transfer, Jeff Streeter has it with 1J. Harper needs it in the number 8. Out of turn number 4, the number 15-3. The 15B, not Bree. Brad Pounds, the dominator, taking the checkered flag. Stanford, Hood, Streeter in your top 4. And this first heat race for the modifieds. Getting ready now for the second heat race for the A-mods. On track now here, Chowchilla Speedway, Gatson and Stone leading them away. Ryan Porter, Roger Holder. Oh, what is that move by the 78? The 19M, I don't have a first name, but it's Mole. Number 19M, last name. And the 36 of Alex Wilson. That's your failed, we go yellow. Probably for the start. Someone didn't like it. Paul Stone, if you remember, on Low Budget TV, winning at Rocky Hill Speedway, the last race we captured. So, can he go back to back on Low Budget TV? We'll find out. We get ready for the restart. I don't know if we're going to take one more lap. It looks to be that way. Chowchilla Speedway, the 3rd mile here. The Madera County Fairgrounds. Pretty neat track. They look to be doing a few races throughout the year. And hey, why not? Start in January while everybody's sitting around waiting for racing. They jumped on the case and said, okay, fine then, we'll start some racing. And pretty good crowd out here for a Sunday afternoon. Pretty good amount of cars too showing up. You'd figure that, you know, a lot of these drivers would be stripping down their cars to nothing, getting ready for the 2014 season, but apparently they're all lazy, and when they said there's a race, no, I'm joking. Here we go for the green. Stone out front of this one, Gadsden in the 2nd spot, Porter in 3rd with Holder to his outside, Holder making a run. And then 24, he is going to try to pass 2 cars in 1 lap, and out of turn 4, move Holder up to 2nd. The West Coast Wildman on a mission here. Oh, and the number 19M moving up as well. 78 machine who we don't have a name for. Slipping back. All Stone with that big lead right now over Holder. If they're the transfer battle in this one, it would be the 4th spot, and that belongs to Mull in the number 19. The 2014 racing season, off-season that is now over. Thanks to Chowchilla Speedway. Gadsden getting around Mull. Mull getting around Gadsden. That's the battle for the transfer spot. Good battle here. All Stone with a big lead over Roger Holder. There's the gap between 1st and 2nd. White flag coming out for Paul Stone in the 66P machine. That car was on rails in the last race we filmed, Rocky Hill Speedway. Looking good here this afternoon. 2 turns, number 3 and 4 heat race winner Paul Stone in the 66P. 2nd spot, Roger Holder. 3rd spot goes to Porter. Mull with the 19M. Gadsden, Wilson, and the driver we don't have a name for. Getting ready for another IMCA modified heat race on the pole in this one of Sean Nattenson in the number 1 to his outside. Bill Eagleson in the 15E. We go green. Whoa! Flip over. Down the front straightaway. Catching the K-rail due to a stack up. The 44 who we have no name on. We go red in this one. A tumble down the front straightaway. That's a 28 of Hughes. That's tumbled down the front straightaway. Officials trying to get him unstuck from being upside down. Probably one of the hardest things to do when you got seatbelts holding you in. He was taking a tumble down the front straightaway. The Cairo kind of lifted that car up in the air, and then of course it's on dirt, so it digs in and starts tumbling. The 44 really nowhere to go. He tried to check up, but caught the 28 of Hughes.
Give me the number of that car right there. I need the number.
There he comes out of the car. Hughes taking a tumble. That's going to be one that he's going to remember for a long, long time. Not happy about it, obviously. That's not the best way to start your 2014 season. Restart for this heat race of the A mods. IMCA modifieds on track. Well, if you're Phil Eagleson, you don't want to go over the wall like you did at Rocky Hill Speedway. You kind of like where he's at on the high side here at Chowchilla Speedway. Restart, we go green. Nathanson and the number 1 machine to the inside, battle for the lead. Out of turn number 2 at the drag race. Nathanstead, I'm sorry, 3 wide for the lead. I believe that's Nick DiCarlo in the 17. If memory serves me correct. Oh, and I joked about it, and it almost happened with Eagleston in the 15E. Nathanstead has the lead, trying to keep it away from DiCarlo. And that 15E machine just kind of went south on handling. The car not wanting to turn in the center of the corner. DiCarlo and Nathanstead battle for the lead. This track's fast here at Chowchilla Speedway. Long straightaways and paperclip style corners make it really exciting as they head into the corners and who can get the drive off. Switcheroo. Battle for the lead on screen now. Third spot is the number 71 machine. The driver we don't have a name on. Still watching this battle for the lead. And fourth is Wilson in the 39 machine. Kyle Wilson in the 39, if that's how it was written down correctly. I don't know if it's the person writing it or the pen. So DiCarlo up into the lead, getting around the number 1 machine. That's the distance between first and second white flag in the air, the 71, and third, and there's fourth spot of Wilson in the 39. So that 17 machine driving it into turn 3 and out of turn 4. DiCarlo taking the checkered flag in this wild heat race for the IMCA modified.